Hello and welcome back to Teslanews. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. And thank you for AI Driver again for giving me the chance to provide you with more updates from the FSD beta version program. So enjoy that. And we will talk about one of the biggest challenges we are facing in the near future when it comes to the EV industry. And it will be shocking because many people won't realize it yet. And maybe even some executive in a big car company might not see that coming yet. So what I'm going to talk about this video is mainly that I believe that people are kind of caught in the perception that autonomous driving won't happen. And I believe autonomous driving will happen, but the impact is a big solution at the end of the day. And I will explain that now because I believe that autonomous driving will allow our society, not in one country, but in general on this planet, to use less cars. Because at the end of the day, the solution is yes, we go with EVs. But on the other hand as well, we have a possibility to transform the entire transportation system in a way that people are actually not needing any cars anymore. You don't have to buy it because you are able to use it in a way of ride sharing. And the company that is leading in that way will be the most expensive and biggest company in the world at some point. And I believe Tesla is still ahead of everyone else, even though that other companies are trying to go into that field as well. So what I want to mention as well is that the EV market, we had chip shortages, guys, but what is coming up in the next few years can happen really soon as well, is that we will have a shortage of supplies that no one is seeing yet to come. And JB Straubel, the co-founder of Tesla, is a very good example as he explained the misperception that all these EV makers are making big announcement. We're gonna try to sell only EVs by 2030. And then another car company comes and says, well, we're going to electrify our entire fleet till that date, X, and continue that. You have that everywhere. But the question is anybody doing the math? Is anybody actually thinking about the materials needed? Till the supply chain is going down to the mining companies. And this is something that many people forget. And I think this will sort of give the car industry, Volkswagen or other big companies like Toyota, a big shock, because it is not as easy to transform an entire company towards EV and just get these supplies from somewhere, because it's not coming out of thin air. It has to be built. The supply chain has to be intact. And this is something that Tesla is able to master so well, because there was a new nickel contract. There are contracts coming constantly with companies in the battery segment, but as well in the mining segment, etc., and building batteries themselves. That is the key here. Tesla is understanding that you have to control the supply chain or have very good relationship with companies to sustain and to ensure that the supply chain is happening here to continue grow in the future. And that is something that other car companies are not seeing. It is like you have an overbooked flight and you want to try to fix it somewhere on the way to the destination that everyone is getting in. This is not working, and this will be a supply chain shock, not a chip shortage, but a supply chain shock at some point, especially if some countries, or for example California as well, are saying, well, we will forbid gasoline cars. So I mean, what is happening now? Then everyone has to go into EVs at the last point if they haven't changed their mind, and this will really hit the supply chain in the EV sector. So as the next point, actually, as we are looking into China, we do have CATL investing another $5 billion, but in this case not in a battery factory but in a recycling factory. And as JB Straubel with his Redwood Materials is also in this industry, this is an industry that is really starting to get a lot of attention from investors. And not only Redwood Materials, but as well as CATL is going into that. And I believe that in Germany, for the factory here in Grünheide, but as well for Austin, it could be a possibility that Tesla is as well at some point thinking about going into recycling, because that would make a lot of sense for Tesla not to do that with an external company. But we have to see what Tesla is deciding regarding that thing. Looking into Grünheide, we do have more news, because Tesla is able to actually go and install more chimneys. They are able to do more technical things inside the building. They are able to install more of their robots, etc. And they are also able to build 255 cars in a not a total car but a carrosserie. And so this is also a good sign that Tesla is very close in receiving the final permission, as I'm saying finally, but it looks really well that Tesla can achieve that. And furthermore, they are actually expanding here. As you see, I actually took the area from Tobias Lind where he was focusing on the area that we are not looking at too much, because we are focusing on the buildings in the first place. So furthermore, we have in Germany Rocktech. It's a big lithium refinery that is trying to build a place here in Germany, Brandenburg. So Brandenburg really gets a hub for EV makers here. So I do expect more companies to join. So going back to the statement I did about the EV industry shock that we are looking for, I personally think that Tesla is very, very well prepared for that. And I think for the long term, for our society, it is a good reason to invest into a company that is forcing autonomous driving, because autonomous driving means less people need a car when it is affordable for everyone, and it makes no sense to buy a car. And this will also help our environment, so people can just order anytime they want Uber, as you would say today, but maybe in the future then a Tesla, and go wherever they want to go. And this is, I think, the future we are looking into. Less cars, but in this case, autonomous fleets. So thank you very much for being here today, and I wish you a wonderful day and take care. And I hope to see you back very soon tomorrow here. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.